Do electric vehicles suck in the cold? Probably. Am I in the cold right now in the middle of nowhere? Yes. Gonna try to find out today if the cold has any adverse effects on my truck. It's about 50 degrees right now. However, last night in Flagstaff, it got down to about 18 degrees. So I'm hoping it gets super cold tonight here. We're up at a higher elevation and more west, so we'll see. Not really a scenic trip today. Just if you're looking for a forest spot, Flagstaff, Williams, Arizona has plenty of them. And best part right now is I haven't seen another person on this road yet. And as far as the snow goes, it's untouched. I don't know when it snowed here last. It may have been a few days ago, but we'll see how today goes. The idea behind this trip was to see exactly how much winter temperatures impact the range of my Rivian. Living in Arizona, wasn't sure if I'd get the chance to actually test this, but tonight, that's what we're gonna try to do. Now, we all know cold weather typically kills EV range. However, I'm starting this test with a little bit of an advantage, warm battery pack. Coming off the charger here in Flagstaff, battery's sitting at about 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's also insulated on my Rivian. So, will the cold affect the range? Will it be noticeable? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, I don't think we're going to see a significant difference at all. On an unrelated note, one of the most unique things about off-roading an EV is the sheer silence. The only things you hear are tire noise and a little bit of brakes. You also get the weird kind of UFO spacecraft noises that the EVs make at slow speeds. All right, we're just driving along here. Bunch of fresh, untouched snow. And honestly, wouldn't even call it fresh. It's been here a while, I think. Road closed. All right, just got to our campsite. Battery temp's 96 degrees, so it's nice and warm, but we only went 31 miles to get here, mile and a half per kilowatt hour. So not good efficiency. Excuse the panting dog. But yeah, I mean, we have so much battery here. If I hit continue on this trip, showing we're getting to the charger with 52%. So I mean, guys, we could burn 40% here tonight and be fine, but right now we're at 62%. We'll do camp courtesy, so the proximity locking and sounds turn off, and we'll level the truck. It's one of my favorite features about this. So we'll take a couple of minutes, but that's about it. I'm gonna let the dog out now, and you can actually see the truck coming down right now. So we'll let this thing level and call it get all set up here. You zooming in the snow? Yeah, you are. What's going on? Huh? Come on. Let's go back. So majestic. All right, we'll let this thing self-level and I'm gonna start setting everything up. All right, guys. I'm notorious for forgetting like a big item camping. I've forgotten tables, chairs, forgot the tent once. Matt, I forgot the tent.
That's like the only thing we need. Yeah, I'm sleeping on my roof. I'm not even kidding.
That was, honestly, it was just my brother and I. That was kind of comical, but we'll see if I forgot anything today. The dog likes to sit on it, and I forgot his bed. See, I told you guys, I always forget something. This whole rooftop tent thing can be debatable. I like it because it's fast to set up, and it's convenient, and it's a flat surface on my truck since my truck self-levels. See how long it takes me to set up. Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. Less than 3 minutes. First things first, we gotta make a drink. Actually more like to end the day. So there we have it. Kind of, whoops, we'll go from there. I've never done this before, but I want to start the fire with flint. I don't know how it's gonna go. But I mean, it sparks. So. Found some pretty dry grass here. We'll see if that lights off. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. There it is. Wow, look at that. That actually was not too difficult. Now I gotta get a bunch of my light wood. Kind of go from there. All right, guys, we're here at the campsite, all set up, and sun is just coming down. Got the fire going. I did not expect this to be a site with a good view of the sunset, but should be pretty nice tonight. All right, as far as cooking goes, I have a Duck's Top dual burner cooktop. It draws about 17 to 1800 watts at full chooch. So instead of running it from the truck's inverter, which only does 1500 watts, I'm running it off the EcoFlow. And if necessary, I'll just charge the EcoFlow from the truck because I can limit the charge rate on that if I want to. And other than that, just got some chairs, blankets. That one's mostly for the dog to lay down on. And yeah, got the Devos lights. These things are awesome, guys. And that's about it. Now that I had a warm fire going, I decided it was a good time to play fetch with Moose for a little bit. All right, well, just looking to wrap things up here now. Got a pretty decent fire going. Dog's happy. Gonna feed him and probably call it a night pretty soon. You want to eat? Come on. There you go, bud. All right, just watching the sun go down now. Dog has been fed, and I'm gonna try this Peak chicken Alfredo pasta. So I'm just getting some water up to a boil and just hang out and chill out the rest of the night. I don't know if it's a cooling fan or something, but this is not level and this whole pan's trying to come off my cooktop. It's kind of wild. But water is boiling now, so good enough. So I was watching the sun go down. I was also noticing the temperature drop. I was honestly surprised at how fast it started dropping. Went from just a hoodie and pants to needing my full winter jacket. And at this point, I was questioning myself, who wants to camp in freezing temps, and why am I even out here? As far as the average person's tolerance for winter camping goes, I think this is about it. We're at the point where you're going to start needing a pretty decent sleeping bag, or maybe even a diesel heater for your tent or rooftop tent. My setup in the rooftop tent consists of a sleeping bag and a heated blanket. With that combo, Moose and I stayed pretty warm, but wouldn't want to go much colder than around 10 degrees Fahrenheit with that setup. And you also have to keep in mind that running that heated blanket all night is not free, and it's eating into the range of, my case, the EcoFlow battery or the truck's battery pack if you want to plug into the outlets on the truck. With my night coming to an end, I started to warm up around the fire, get the dog nice and cozy, and then I started to get ready for bed. Moose's water is starting to freeze, so yeah. Dude, he just jacked my plates. Come here, dude. Moosey. He likes frisbees, so this is what he does. I'll give him one though. Hey, 10 out of 10 fire. Just getting the dog warmed up, and he actually just walked away from the fire, but starting to get ready for bed. Let's check out the Govee app here. 26 degrees. I think the dog's getting ready to go to bed as well. But got to get warmed up before, right? Whoa. It's a little chilly. Good morning. It's about 9 o'clock. Just woke up a couple of minutes ago. A little cold last night, but I think it got down to about 25 degrees. Looking at the truck, it's at 60% battery. And I got the heat going right now, just so everything gets all warmed up. I guess we'll look at the battery temp too. Battery is 46 degrees, so test successfully failed, I guess. Didn't get cold enough, or didn't stay cold enough. Since we parked last night, used 7.5 kilowatt hours. I don't know why that says 18 hours, because that's definitely not correct. But use 7.5 kilowatt hours, or about 17 miles of range. Looks like almost half of that. Almost half of that was me running the heat this morning. Kilowatt hour to the outlets. The truck used 2.5 plus another 0.2 for gear guard. And real quick, just have my trip set to go back to the Ran in Flagstaff, and it's showing we're getting there with 47%. I looked earlier, looks like I can get home without charging too, so we're gonna explore a bit here. I mean, we have lots of range and charge. All right, this is what my phone says is level. We're at 24 degrees of roll. A little sketchy, but I've had this up to about 35, which the butt pucker is actually going off. I did an off-road event with the Rivian engineers. I think it rolls around 40 or a little over 40. So don't take my word on that though, because I don't exactly remember. And if you've ever felt 30 to 35 degrees roll, it's kind of sketchy. Oh, and there goes the camera. It's good. Kind of sketchy. Oh, and there goes the camera. This is the message I was greeted with in the morning. Reduce acceleration and regen braking. Now, as things go, right after this video, Rivian released new software that shows on the app and the vehicle display how much range you're losing from cold weather. That would have been nice to have. Now, as far as my test goes, I'd consider it void or invalid. I didn't start with cold enough temps, and those colder temps at night were not really sustained long enough to feel the lasting effects of a cold battery. However, this test was a good example of what not to worry about. Just drive it like a normal vehicle, don't overthink it. If you've watched my White Rim Trail video where I pushed my R1T and a Jeep and a Land Rover kind of to their fuel range limits, there isn't really much of a difference. Anyways, enjoy.